Alright y'all, today we're going to build a 2 meter 70 centimeter dipole. I got some parts left over from when I made probably my first week as a ham. I'm going to reuse it, but you could use something similar to this, or just even a little short piece of wood, or a piece of plastic like HDPE, or a piece of cutting board for an insulator. We have 2 1/4 bolts with wing nuts and 4 washers, and we're going to use some number 4 copper from a video I did before about straightening copper wire. I have a piece of LMR 400 here. It's pretty good low loss, but it's hard stuff to work with. I've already stripped it back a little bit. I think I may come back another, I don't know, 5/8 of an inch or so. Whatever length we have on this is going to add to the length of our elements. I'm not worried about that because I'm going to cut it really long and then tune it down. This stuff is really stiff and solid. Yeah, I'm putting a pretty good amount of force on it. Alright, I got it back about where I want it. I'm going to try to punch a little hole back here and see if I can't get it to wrap around and come through around to one side. Looks like we're going to get it. Let's see, get it behind there. Fold this puppy over. I'll see if I can't fish that off. I mean, hey, high quality coax, right? It's coming, slowly but surely it's coming. Aha, there we go. Yep. And I have ground off to one side, center element. We're going to cut this back enough that I can put a ring terminal on it and re-insulate that. And anytime I'm doing this, I want to make sure, anytime I have foil wrapped wire, I want to make sure that I don't get any kind of grounding connecting to my center element. So I take a little bit of foil and I try to peel it back from around the edge, just where it could possibly make any kind of contact. All right, I'll tell you honestly, if you do that pull with an awl instead of a knife, it'll come out a little better. I have a couple ring terminals here. Let's go ahead and get rid of the insulation off of them. Alright, let's find out what this might be about the right size heat shrink. Oh yeah. Now cut it to length. Let's see, there's the tip. Plus side about using this big heat shrink is I'll be able to slide it on over that ring terminal. This one I may use, well, it's not going to be long enough, so I'm going to use another piece of this. There's the end. Save these little cutoff pieces because I'll use them later. Now, we're going to go ahead and crimp these ring terminals on. Right to the end. Give it a good mash. Twist this up as good as I can. We'll get it in there. Now the one downside to this that I don't like is this piece of shielding is aluminum and it will not take solder, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to put solder in here. Really good crimp. This stuff is stiff. A little flux and brush over here. See if we can't get a little solder in here. I took the liberty off camera to go ahead and spray a little flux in there. It just helps things run so much better. Now I'm sure that will not come disconnected. This, however, being aluminum, I'm not sure I like that. It's great for shielding, but it doesn't take solder. But the more putting solder in that connection will take up any space that it may have to slip out. So that's why I go ahead and do it anyways. Let's see. That's that one for sure. Try to get that as pretty as we can. I know it's not the prettiest, but rub on a little bit of the green stuff. I'm going to let that sit while I work on antenna elements. Ooh, it's cold. Give that a few minutes and it'll be sealed up nice. Well, with the feed point out of the way, we're going to work on some elements now. Alright, well, we have two elements that are hardened in straight number 4. They're a little bit corroded. We're just going to take a piece of sandpaper and kind of give them a little bit of a buff. One. Not gonna be the best job. Trust me, it'll corrode within probably hours of being back outside. But we want to make sure that when we connect them here, we get a good electrical connection. So we're gonna, to start off with, we're gonna mark them at 20.5. That will leave you 7.5 on the other side. And these elements, the calculations on them are 19.5 and 6.5 for these elements. So we're long on each end. Alright, we have our mark. We're gonna try to make a long U by getting bends on both sides of the line here. Some pretty stiff wire. It's not too bad looking. Now we're going to go ahead and disconnect these. If you're starting out, you probably don't have any of them connected. I'm going to run the feed points through. And as hard as it is with this LMR 400, we're going to make it work. See, I'm going to get a bolt through that side. Honestly, a cut off piece of cutting board would be easiest for this job. But, you know, you work with what you have, and that's kind of the point of a lot of my videos, is antennas shouldn't have to be complicated or costly. You can get a lot done with a little intuition and things you have laying around. Now for the grounded side, we're going to do the same thing. A little fiddly this one is. Okay, get it started. And we got it in there. One washer, your element, another washer, we can go ahead and crank these down. Washer, the element looking the other way, another washer, and a wing nut. Get them on there pretty tight. Now we have a basic dipole. I'm going to take and I'm going to get my measurements, because I'm going to cut them a lot closer now that we have the bends in them. I'm going to pull my measurement from the center of this pin. See, after the bends, it's a good thing we put extra on there, because after the bends, we're not 20.5 no more. We're closer to 20.25. But we're gonna go ahead and start off with our calculated measurement of 19.5. And then we're gonna go with our calculated measurement of 6.5 on the 70 centimeter side. Doing the same thing, measuring from the bottom of that pin. We're going to do both sides, then we'll string it up and put a V&A on it. That LMR 400 is some stout stuff. Nineteen and a half, right to the end of the tape measure. Six and a half, and again right to the end of the tape measure. Now we can more or less be sure that all our antenna elements are pretty much the same length. Need to get this a little tighter in here. That's pretty good. Now I do believe I'm going to get this strung up in a tree. Alright, we have I had to trim it pretty much the length of the pieces of coax that were poking out. Them little like stubs that were like that long, I had to trim that much off of each element. But this is the 2 meter, and then this is the 440 70 centimeter, which looks like, where are we at, 450. I mean, we're in the GMRS now, and it's still well under 2 to 1. It would work in GMRS, but it's really tuned for the ham 70 centimeter. All right, everybody, have a good day.